What is up, guys? I just got around to finishing my Coyote Swapped F150. This is going to be a two-part video because it covers a lot of good information and it's perfect if you're doing one of these swaps. So sit back and enjoy part one. So we got my 2002 F150 on the lift. I have a Gen 3 10R80 that I'm swapping into it. This is out of a 2022 Mustang. I just finished doing all my welds and frame modifications. You have to kind of like notch the frame right there and reinforce it. That's for the long tube headers. This is so I can run a Gen 3 oil pan. If not, I'd have to run a Gen 2 oil pan like this one. And maybe even then I still had to modify that. I'm not 100% sure. We're running stock motor mounts. And check this out. Electric steering. Just finished making these brackets on my plasma table. Don't judge my welds. I mean, those look good. Those don't look good. But either way, it's gonna hold. This will bolt up right to it. If I can pick it up with one hand. Ooh, that thing's heavy. Anyways, fits just like that. Put your bolts in. Ooh, thing's hot. It's still hot. I just watered up. But anyways, that's our electric steering. This swap is coming on really fast. I have all the parts already to finish this. I just need to take this frame now. We're gonna take it over next door to get sandblasted and painted. I have to strip the rest of this off, just take off the lines and like the ABS and stuff, the fuel lines, the fuel tank. I'm leaving it as a roller. They're gonna blast and everything that's on it because everything's already pretty much rusted. All these arms, everything's rusted, so it doesn't make really a difference if I blast it with or without that. I can change those out later. It's not a big deal. I'm so glad to be working on this thing again. It's gonna be super fast. I mean, it's not gonna be, this job's not gonna take long. I think the hardest part is pretty much, that thing's pretty stout on there. Like a stand on there. Wow. I really like that. That came out really good. Got the bed off. Just need to pull off, strip pretty much the front of it. Gotta pull all this wiring and hoses and lines off the back of it. Drop the fuel tank. Here at PPI now, we're gonna take the wheels off, blast everything, and then paint it. So no more electrical, no more brake lines. No shocks, so everything that's there is gonna be blasted and painted. It's gonna look really nice. So the frame is next door getting blasted and painted. Meanwhile, while we got some downtime, I'm gonna strip the front of the cab, sand everything down, and paint it the original color. Got it pretty much all stripped down. I went ahead and purple powered it, sanded it all down with some Scotch-Brite. Now I gotta get back and I gotta weld some stuff up like right here. Like right here. I drilled these holes out when I was younger to make the radiator sit further in. But now I realize I don't need to do all that, so I'm gonna weld all that up, clean all that up, sand it down, and get this thing ready for paint. But the cab is pretty much sitting on these little rollers. What is up, guys? I finally got the frame back. I'm super excited because it looks so good. It looks like a brand new frame. So much so that some of my friends think it's like a 2020 frame or something like that. The Front of the cab has been sanded and painted. It looks beautiful, guys. Check this out. I'm at the point right now that I'm ready to drop the cab onto the frame, and I'm just gonna go over some stuff that I did before doing that. So we got the motor in now, new oil pump gears, new crankshaft sprocket, Gen 2 Mustang AC compressor. The steering rack is mocked up, that's still on order. Got all the wiring back on, the brake lines on. The headers are now finally bolted on for good. Transmission lines are ran. I did run an oil filter adapter from a Fox body, but on the Fox bodies, this bolt right here for the air filter is too small. So what I did on that little bolt that comes with this 90-degree Fox body one, I pretty much just drilled it and tapped it to an M22. The tap is maybe 30 bucks on Amazon. It's so cheap to do. Rather than having to run a remote mount, this is like 60 bucks on Amazon, plus the drill and tap, another 30 bucks. So you're gonna spend 90 bucks versus the kit on LMR, which is like 200 plus. And I can still run an oil filter that doesn't have to be remote mounted. That's perfect. I also made my own transmission cross member. This thing is beautiful. This is my very first one that I've made. I did buy a pipe bender on Amazon. I bought the Swag off-road adapter kit, and not too bad for coming up for my first one. The Stifler's one was a bar that comes out right here, and these headers are Gen 2 Coyote headers. So they were gonna interfere with the bar, so I was gonna have to go underneath it, and I didn't like that. I was gonna have to go over it. I didn't like that, so now I can run straight right through it because there's so much more clearance now. Use 2 of the factory bolt holes that go there. These are sleeved internally, so I guess it makes them stronger too. But I really did like it, how it came out. I think it's really, really nice. I also made it, I designed all the brackets on my lag mirror systems, 2-dimensional cutter. And I also did the fuel system. The fuel system is dual 340s, -6 feeds for the duals to a -8, a -8 filter, and then a -8 return, and a -8 feed that's non-return. And these are static. We're gonna set this to around 58, 60 PSI. Unless we go boosted, then it's gonna have to be switched to boost reference. But it's nice and clean, out of the way of the firewall. You're not gonna see nothing like that up there. This is a magnet. It's gonna stick to the top of the cab right here. Fuel tank, I just pretty much painted it. It wasn't bad at all. We used the factory Lightning fuel hat, and then we just put dual 340s fuel pumps in there. Rear end is out of a Lightning 373 gears, which might be too much for the 10-speed. Still got to get the drive shaft done, but I got to make a carrier mount. I hacked this up a long time ago, but I got to make a new mount for the carrier bearing because this is way too long for a one-piece. To be safe, that is. I know if it's NA, it's probably perfectly fine, but I plan on supercharging it soon, so I don't want to have to upgrade this again. So, yeah. Everything pretty much back on now. Shocks are back on. All these brake lines are on, new parking cables. Did have to reuse the motor, the body mounts, because these body mounts are not that bad. And I have read online that the aftermarket ones don't ride as good as these. Supposedly they're more harsh, so I didn't want to chance it. I just wanted to redo these new ones. We would just paint them a little bit and just rock them. As far as the cab goes, well, let me lower it down and then we'll go over what I did on the cab. So that's it. That's probably the last time that I am gonna go up on this thing. Mainly because I don't want to do that again. Got a drive shaft right there locked up. And I do have the new one right here, which is pretty much some 3/4 inch double D shaft with a 3/4 inch heim joint and a double D to Ford modern V style steering shaft knuckle, or U-joint, that is. And I just have to put another double D to double D right here. No, I'll make that bracket to go down, but I can do that once I get this wheel off. I gotta bleed the brakes either way. Navigator, radiator, I know it looks old, but well, it's because it is old, but it wasn't leaking. It's been perfectly fine with me. I did get these cheap fans on eBay, mainly because I wanted something that was very, very low profile. These are 90 watts each. I don't think they'll keep up, but worst case scenario, I'll get some Proform ones, and the Proform ones will keep this thing cool. But I'll wire these up. I'll see how they do. And right now I tested them. They're actually blowing at around 1200 CFM. Honestly, don't think that's enough, but these Coyotes, they do a real good job at keeping cool. So we'll try that out. New cooler, new trans cooler from Dorman. That's on, this is Dorman. This is the one that I run on the Lightnings. It's also the one that's on that, that's on my page for the swap I do. I do the ones for the Lightnings, but this is the same exact one that's on that other video I posted. Waiting for new bolts, new hardware to get here to mount this. But yeah, this is how she is right now. Got a new windshield in also. All right, so that sums it up, what we've been doing so far. I'm gonna get back to it. And I also have a little surprise for you guys. I will post it at the end of this video.